Well, let me start, first of all, by saying thank you for hanging in there with us. When we saw this time slot, we thought we might be giving this presentation to the breakdown crew as they stacked chairs. So we really appreciate you hanging in there with us. We're the last presentation of the day. So we wanted to take the opportunity just to talk about ways to engage with the council. You've heard a lot about that this week. I'm joined by Elizabeth Terry and Lindsay Goodspeed, and we're going to walk through kind of really 5 areas where you can engage the council: influence, networking, knowledge sharing, exclusive content, and promoting your business. Under the area of influence, we get a lot of feedback from our stakeholders, and we take that very seriously. It's something we highly, highly value. And the ideal representation of that is the recent DSS version 4.0 feedback. You've heard a lot about that this week. We got over 6,000 comments from our community and from over 200 companies around the world. Those comments really help drive the development of the standard. More than half of the companies that participated in those RFCs were participating organizations. And I want to talk a little bit about that program now, and you've heard a lot about that as well. Lance talked a couple times this week about our new PO structure. We've got 3 levels that'll be starting in January: principal level, the associate level, and the individual level. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but I just wanted to leave you with kind of the high overview of each level. So the principal participating organization level, the benefit there is priority access to a seat on our board of advisors, exclusive invitations to strategy sessions with the council, and direct input on our initiatives. And it's really designated for those companies that want greater involvement opportunities with the council. The associate participating organization, I've had a number of people ask me about this week. If you're a PO currently and you're happy with your level of participation, and I know a lot of you are, you don't have to do anything. The associate PO is basically going to be run in parallel with our existing participating organization setup, and so you won't have to do anything with regards to that. For the individual level, again, that's really more for people who maybe can't participate through their organization. The real benefit to this is that we're going to have more seats at our Board of Advisors table. That's more important than ever before because the nature of payments, as we all know, is changing. There's a lot of new players in the industry. You've got mobile and smartphones, so we just need a lot more input from our stakeholders. Our Board of Advisors is expanding from 30 to 56 seats, which is significant. And our new BOA will have an opportunity to actually vote on the new standard, or the release of new standards, and on major revisions and publications. I do want to make an appeal before I hand it over to my colleagues. If you're not a participating organization, I know some of you in this room are not, we really would love for you to engage with us and join us. Being a PO, it's $11 a day. It's not really that much. And it's a very easy process. It's easier than it's ever been, and it's more important than it's ever been. You go on our website, you fill out an application, that application gets reviewed, and once the application is accepted, then you get to participate. And you'll get a lot out of it. As my colleagues will tell you, Elizabeth and Lindsay are going to tell you all the great things that you can get by being a PO. We get a lot out of it because we hear from you, and you get a chance to be a part of our community. But most importantly, the industry as a whole benefits from all of us working together. So I hope if you're not a participating organization that you'll give it serious consideration after this week. And with that, I will hand it over to Elizabeth.
Thank you. Okay, so now I want to chat with you about all the multiple various different ways that you can network with us and the industry and engage with us. So community meetings, it's in the name, it's community. It's building community, it's learning about other areas of the industry and making those connections. And at the CMs, we have our welcome reception, our networking reception. We had a PCIP lunch network reception. And then you have all the different areas to network. It was really cool to be able to see people finding little nooks and crannies in different areas, both in the vendor showcase, out in the hallways, outside, having a table, pulling up, making those connections, having those meetings. So that was awesome. And then it was really good to be in all of the different sessions and see the different folks bringing that information to the community, and that's a way for you to be able to network as well. And this year we actually did also have a newcomer meetup during the vendor showcase for all of the first-time attendees for the community meeting. So that was really awesome to see as well. And I got to hug the necks of some people who would indulge me. I'm a hugger. Haven't seen people in 3 years, so that was really cool. So that's one of the ways you can engage with us. We also have our forums. So for India, Latin America, and for Asia Pacific, we have forums that we do. And they've been online for the past couple of years, and the Asia Pacific forum's coming up in November. It is also online, but we hope to bring that regional event to those locations in the coming years. So those are other ways that you can network and engage with the council. So other ways to engage, as Mark just mentioned, the expansion of the Board of Advisors is a really good way to do that. So if you are a participating organization, you can select or nominate yourself for election to the Board of Advisors and join us in that way. And then the Global Executive Assessor Roundtable, GEAR for short, because that's a mouthful. This is a way for all of the assessors to be able to engage with the council. We can collaborate with the assessors in that way and assessor companies. And then we have our Regional Engagement Board in Brazil. And so what this does is give you representation in Brazil for us to be able to talk about topics that are of specific interest in that region. And then special interest groups. We have special interest groups, and we've developed multiple different information supplements over the years. And this allows us to have industry participation and expertise to bring guidance to the industry that makes sense for the industry. We don't write them. PCI doesn't write them. You write them. You propose them, we select them, and then you get to help us write this content and produce it for the industry. And the SIG proposal period is open right now, so feel free to propose something. Yes, you can propose more than one, and then we'll go through that process of nomination and announce that on what we're going to be working on in 2023. Yes, 2023. So knowledge sharing. So one of the most important aspects of being involved in the payments industry and with the council is knowledge sharing, because together we're safer, we're better together, and as we've experienced this week, you have the ability to hear directly from your peers and other industry experts, both in the individual sessions to the amazing panel sessions that you've seen in the vendor showcase, the tech demos. So this is one of the best ways that we have getting everybody back together in person. But did you know that we also do external speaking engagements? So this is a major way for us to be able to engage with the community, bring the information out, and it was really interesting because as soon as PCI DSS 4.0 dropped in March, we had people on webinars like hours later, interacting with the community, educating, et cetera. So our speaker program is a really great way for us to be able to engage and you to engage with us. So please reach out if you would like one of us to be on an external engagement with you and bring information. So collaboration. We love to collaborate with the community. You've heard about our joint bulletins that we like to provide, and we collaborate with our community. The most recent one, and Lindsay will talk more about it, is on IoT. We did ransomware. It's a way to be timely and relevant, and she'll tell you all about those. Our award-winning Women in Payments series, that's another way that we collaborate with the community and bringing awareness to the world of payments and cybersecurity and the women that are leading the way for that. Perspectives from Brazil, India, Europe. We had some podcasts, we've had blogs, or blogcasts, as I like to call them sometimes. But we've had perspectives and talking with people in that region and getting their information and passing that along to everyone so that we're bringing more information to the industry and collaborating there. Training. I know you all have seen the trainers both on stage, walking around in the vendor showcase, doing all the things. We have a lot of training classes that are not assessor training. So if you have no interest or no desire to be an assessor, some of us don't, there are PCI Professional. Well, there's the internal security assessor, but that's a little more specific. We have awareness training, PCI awareness training. We also have training for acquirers. So a lot of this is instructor-led in person now. But we also have e-learning, which is a virtual in-person training, and some of our stuff is computer-based training. So that's available. We do offer corporate group training, so if you have a large group of people you want to bring together, we can do that as well. And we do training also in other languages, Spanish, Portuguese, and Japanese. And I have a brand new announcement. The blog post just went up, and I'm super excited about this. We have knowledge training. So this is a way for you to be able to be that bridge in your organization, from your organization to the assessor. This was formerly known as informational training, and what we do is, it is the exact same training the assessors take. You can take the exam they take, and you get the knowledge, so you can have that conversation, speak the same language. You're not validated. Thank you. So we understand, because we've had conversations with our ISAs and our QSAs, and it's like, it's always a really great conversation, because yes, when we show up as a QSA on site, there's an ISA, we know it's going to be more efficient, we know people are going to understand what we're talking about. So we want you to, that's dropping on October the 5th, so you'll be able to sign up for those. And again, when you take this training and you pass the exam, you are not able to validate and perform assessments, sign off on materials and reporting templates and all that stuff. You just have the knowledge of that specific standard for that version, and we're super excited about that. And you'll get a digital badge, as you see on the screen, that you'll be able to put on all your social media and those kinds of things. So the other thing, too, to note is the audience would typically be non-assessors, merchants, service providers. We've heard a lot about service providers this week. Solution providers, acquirers, vendors, all the people. So then you have the knowledge to speak to the assessor. You know what's expected when they're coming into the organization, and you can do that prep work. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Lindsay to talk about all the exclusive content.
Great. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm so excited to hear the excitement of knowledge training. Is this working?
Yeah.
So my name is Lindsay Goodspeed. I am the Senior Manager of Corporate Communications at the Council. And my job and my team's job is to make sure that you, our stakeholders, have all the information you need from the Council to help you in your day-to-day job. So I'm going to go over a few of the ways that we communicate to you and some great resources for information from the Council. First up is our website. So in 2022, we updated the look and feel of our website. You'll see this is not currently what our website looks like. This is what it used to look like. And today, this is the updated website. We worked really hard. We listened to stakeholder feedback to make sure that the information that you need is really readily accessible on our website. A couple examples, the homepage, we have this big banner across that we keep updated with the latest news from the Council. We have this new I Want To section. This section provides quick access to all of the different really popular sections of our website, such as the document library and the PCI newsroom. Another great update to our website that I really love is the resources, the overview pages. So these overview pages provide a quick snapshot of different areas within that section, so you have the information you need quickly. For example, this is the resources overview page, and it includes links to the document library, the FAQ page, as well as our PCI newsroom. Because there's so much great information on this page specifically, I'm going to go over a few of these now. So the first section is the document library. I'm sure a lot of you are aware of the document library, but this houses all of the PCI standards, programs, as well as guidance documents. A lot of this information is translated into multiple different languages, and all of this is free for you to download. So if you're not already familiar, make sure to check that out. If you have a question of the Council, a great place to start first is our frequently asked questions database. This is a searchable database that we update regularly when we receive multiple questions on specific topics. So if you do have a question of the Council, I definitely recommend that you first check that page out, because there's a lot of really great information there. Next up is a page that is very near and dear to my heart, and this is the small merchant web page. This page really has a lot of great information for small merchants, a lot of payment security basics. We most recently just updated the PCI DSS version 4.0 quick reference guide. That guide is also on that page. It's also available within the document library. So if you do work with small merchants, please make sure to send them over to this site, because there's a lot of great information on payment security basics there. The other area that's really near and dear to my heart, because I helped launch it about 6 years ago, and it has quickly become a really popular page on our site, and that is our PCI Perspectives blog. So this is a blog that we update anytime we have news coming from the council, whether it be an announcement of an RFC that has just launched, or industry insights from payment security experts. So please make sure to check out that. If you don't already, you can subscribe to it. You can get alerts right into your inbox anytime we upload a post. And one of those great resources on the blog is actually our PCI DSS Resource Hub. So this is where we house all of our resources related to PCI DSS 4. We have links to the actual standard documents themselves. We also have videos and infographics. Again, we just uploaded the DSS quick reference guide there. So make sure to bookmark that, because we are continuing to create more resources as we talk to our stakeholders and get more information and feedback of areas that you need a little bit more guidance on. So we'll continue to add to this page. Elizabeth mentioned earlier our industry threat bulletins. These are a great resource that we partner with others that have specific insights to specific industry threats. Most recently, we launched the IoT Security in Payment Environments bulletin. These are also available on our blog. So if you haven't checked those out, please take a look. They have a lot of great information there. Also new this past year, we launched a podcast or a blogcast. Our podcast is called Coffee with the Council. This is about a monthly podcast. We have casual conversations with both industry leaders as well as council staff on everything related to payment security. And this week we've actually been publishing a daily blog to do a quick recap of what's happening here at the community meeting. If you want, you can subscribe to this blog on any major podcast platform, so make sure to take a look at that and listen to those great conversations. So in addition to all of the publicly available information, we also have a lot of different communications to our different specific audiences. Whether you're an assessor or a QIR or a PCIP, you all have different needs. So we want to make sure that we're meeting those needs. And ways that we do that is we host assessor webcasts. We have quarterly PCIP and QIR newsletters. We also have a monthly assessor newsletter. And of course, we have the weekly participating organization newsletter. If you don't already, make sure to please follow us on all of our social media channels. We have a Twitter, LinkedIn, and a YouTube channel. We're creating more and more videos to help better explain some of our standards and programs. So if you don't subscribe to our YouTube channel, please take a look at that as well. In addition, this is a new thing. I think Lance had mentioned it earlier this week, is our global content library. So this is actually launching later this year, and everything that you've seen on this stage will be available in the content library. This is free for all community meeting attendees. In addition, there's lots of folks who, for whatever reason, weren't able to travel here to present, but had really great topics for the industry, and we're letting them record virtually these sessions, and those will also be made available in the global content library. So just keep an eye out. That's being launched later this year. So obviously you're all here at the community meeting. Another great way, a reason to engage with the council is that you can promote your business, both your brand, the company that you work for, and your professional business. So at the community meeting, of course, I'm sure you've seen the vendor showcase or the tech demos. Those are great ways for you to promote your business. But beyond the community meeting, there are a lot of other opportunities that the council wants to help you promoting your business. So before I go into ways you can promote your business, I just want to bring your attention to this logo. This logo is not approved for use. You may have seen this logo. It's out there in the wild. Maybe you use this logo. But please know that this is not an approved logo for use. The reason being, There's multiple reasons, but primarily the council does not enforce compliance or oversee compliance, so we would never issue a logo that would say that you have complied with one of our standards. Having said that, we do want to promote your partnership with us at the council, and there's a couple ways that we can help you do that. So, new in 2023 with the updated participating organization program, we'll have 2 new logos for you to use. So, principal participating organizations and associate participating organizations will have the opportunity to use this logo to market their partnership with us. You can use it on marketing materials or on your website. And as always, all participating organizations, their brand logo is included on the PCI website. Another way that you can promote your business, any new joining participating organization, we provide a press release template so you can announce to your audience your partnership and joining the council. Finally, this is a new feature for 2023. We do have a really great readership on our blog. We have almost 10,000 subscribers, and we have tens of thousands of views every month on our blog. So starting in 2023, we really wanted to extend that audience to our PO audience. So starting in 2023, all principal participating organizations will have the opportunity to be featured in a standalone blog post on our blog, and also all newly joining associate participating organizations will be featured in a roundup blog post on that blog. Finally, we also want to help promote your professional brand. So Elizabeth had mentioned earlier that we have these certification badges. So if you are an assessor or a PCIP or a QIR, we do have these badges available for you to use. This is a great way for you to promote your the knowledge that you have achieved. You'll see my colleague here, Alicia Malone, promoted her achievement of becoming a PCIP to her social media networks. So that's another way for you to really promote that knowledge. With that, I will hand it back over to Mark.
All right. Thank you, Lindsay and Elizabeth. As you can see, there's just a lot of ways to engage and just a lot of terrific content that's being put out. And I just would, and now that we're at the conclusion of our community meeting, I wanted to thank all of our speakers that participated this week in whether it was on the main stage or on our track. So give them a round of applause, because we really had some great folks. I also want to thank all our sponsors and vendors. Without them, this event is not possible, and I hope all of you had a chance to especially wander through the vendor showcase. We had some really great participants at this event. But most of all, I want to thank all of you, our community. You are what make this go, and you drive everything that we do, and you're driving security worldwide. So thanks to all of you. Hope you have safe travels home, and we look forward to seeing you at one of our events soon. Thank you.